What's up, sick kids? This is Courtney, and have you ever wondered where your blood goes after you get blood work taken? Today I'm here with David, who is a clinical biochemist, and he's going to show us a behind-the-scenes tour of his laboratory. So David, I was wondering, after I get blood work, where does it go?
So the blood comes to the lab in one of two ways. The first way is through the tube system, and so if you're getting blood drawn in a clinic or in the phlebotomy area, they'll wrap it up, put the requisition in with the blood tubes, and then put it through the tube system where it arrives here.
Okay.
The other way that we receive blood samples is through the window. So if there is a surgery going on or the intensive care unit and they need blood analyzed right away, they'll come and they'll walk it up. So once we receive the blood samples into the lab, they're usually in a little bag with your blood tubes and a piece of paper which we call a requisition, and on it has your name, some information about you, and all the tests that are ordered on your blood sample. And so once we receive that, we put the samples here in the baskets where the technicians here will input that information into the computer system, and then what happens is a barcode is generated, and that barcode goes on your tube of blood. So that way when we analyze the sample, we put it on the machines, and the machines know who the blood belongs to, what tests are ordered, and where to put the results later on. So the next step, once we receive the blood sample, is we spin them down really fast. And the reason we do that is blood is made up of both a liquid part, like a water part, as well as cells. And so we want to separate the water from the cells. And so we put it in this machine here that spins it around really quickly, and it separates it out. So what happens is, before your blood is separated, it looks like this. It's all red, and it's just liquidy. And then once we separate it and spin it out, it's yellow on top, which is the liquid part, and the bottom part is the red part here, which is all the cells. And so it's this liquid yellowy part that we want to measure and analyze different things in blood. The next step would be to place the sample here with the technologist, and what they will do is they will remove the liquid part and put it in another tube to get it ready to go on the machines to be tested. So once the blood is separated and we put it in the test tubes and it has the barcode on it, we put it in these racks and it goes onto the machine. And the machine then reads the barcode and knows whose blood sample this belongs to and what tests need to be done. And this machine is where we do all the testing for the different things that are in blood. So once the machine's finished testing the blood samples, if you remember, there's a barcode on the tube, and the machine will read the barcode and know who that sample belongs to and which tests were measured, and they'll take those results and put it into the patient's charts, electronic charts, so that the doctors and nurses can view the blood test results.
Why does blood work have to be redone sometimes?
So sometimes blood work has to be redone for a couple of reasons. One, maybe more tests are needed, and so different tests are ordered that require different types of tubes, and so you'll have to come back and have more blood drawn in a different type of tube. Sometimes a lot of tests are ordered and they don't draw enough blood, and so then you'll have to come back to have extra blood drawn for all the tests that have been requested.
Okay, David, so I see a lot of test tubes here. I was just wondering, why are there different colors on the lid?
For the color of tubes, the color indicates different chemicals that are inside the tube when your blood is drawn.
I see the big tube here. How much blood does it take to fill one of the big tubes?
So surprisingly, not much blood. So this is the largest tube we have, and this is one of the smallest tubes we have. And this large tube here has about the same amount of blood that would be in a teaspoon, about 5 milliliters. This one is about 1 milliliter, so it would take 5 of these to fill one of these.
So David, it's really cold in here. Where are we right now?
So we're in a big fridge, and we use this fridge to store all the blood samples once we finish measuring them. So once we finish measuring what we need to measure in them, they come here to be stored, and we keep them for a couple of days in case other tests are ordered on them as well.
Okay, well, I see a lot of blood tubes in here. I have a question for you.
Sure.
How many liters of blood do you think comes through this lab every day?
That's a very good question. So we get about 3,000 tubes per day, but each tube has maybe 1 or 2 milliliters of blood in it. And so when you add it all up, that's about 3 to 4 liters of blood per day. The fascinating part is that we do a lot of tests on such a little amount of blood.
We just came out of the core lab where our blood is tested. What other kinds of tests do you do on this floor?
So in the Department of Pediatric Laboratory Medicine, we have other labs such as blood bank, where they look and test your blood if you need more blood after surgery. There's also microbiology, where they look for infections, they test for infections, and there's the genetic metabolic lab where they look for different metabolic diseases. And then we also have the fecal fat room.
Wait a second. This is the fecal fat room?
Yes.
Does that mean you test poop in here?
Yes, this is where we test poop. So when we ask you to collect your poop in a paint can, it goes onto the paint can shaker where we mix it up, and then we take out a small amount and we test your poop for fat and different things.
So David, I just wanted to thank you for this awesome tour you gave us at the blood lab today. It was amazing to see. Next time I get my blood work done, now I know where it goes and I know what it's needed for. So thank you so much for all of your help.
Well, thank you for coming. It was a pleasure to have you, and definitely come again.
Thank you.